Alright guys, and welcome back to the Saints View channel for Southampton content for our first predicted lineup of this season. This one seems to be pretty straightforward ahead of our first game of the campaign against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. But before we get into it, make sure you have downloaded Pitch Sport. This video is kindly sponsored by them. It is the app that you want ahead of the brand new season. You want to get all your scores and results from them. It features like fan time, score predictions, sharing your preferred lineup, all of these things that you need to go and check out by downloading the app. The link is in the description. Go and check it out, and of course subscribe if you haven't yet already. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers. Turn your notifications turned on so you don't miss a thing. Follow us on our socials, and yeah, let's get into it. As I said just then, I think this one is going to be pretty simple. In terms of signings, we've made two. It feels like with Walker Peters, it's not even a new signing because he was here on loan last year, and then Salisu slowly being integrated in the setup here. But I think it's going to be a very similar lineup to what we saw at the end of last season, as we have no new centre midfielder to replace Højbjerg. But let's start off in goal. Of course, it's going to be Alex McCarthy. Fraser Forster is back, and it seems he will be the backup, but still we've got Alex McCarthy as our number one. Will Forster push him for the number one shirt again? Possibly. You know, I do like Forster. If he's on form, then potentially he could be knocking on the door of a number one spot in between the sticks. But for now, I am very confident that Alex McCarthy will be starting the season as our number one. Then going on to the defence, it's going to be a back four of Kyle Walker-Peters, Jan Bednarek, Jack Stevens and Ryan Bertrand. Exactly the same to what we saw at the end of last season. Bednarek back in the side. He missed out, I think it was the last two games through injury. Mohamed Salisu is just not there yet. You know, he's not been training that much. I think he's literally this week been integrated into training with the first team. Before he was training by himself. Just slowly getting into the rhythm of things. Very, very young. And I'm very confident he's going to be a good player for us when he's used. We've got a cup game next week against Brentford, so possibly we could use him there. But I think it's unfair on Bednarek and Stevens to put a new central defender in when he's hardly had any sort of time with the first team. Going on to the midfield, I think it's going to be exactly the same to what we saw in the restart. Romeo and Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse, of course, coming back from England duty. Played a full 90 minutes against Iceland, but then didn't feature in the game against Denmark. As for Romeo, very, very strong form at the end of the season last year. Defensively, very solid and looked a bit more offensive, you know, forward passes. So we want to see more of that from Oriel. And then going on to the wing is, again, I think it's going to be Stuart Armstrong on the right, Nathan Redmond on the left. Armstrong was away with Scotland. Redmond's been here. So, again, I think it's going to be very, very simple. And then up front, we've got Shea Adams and Danny Ings, of course. Played about 20 minutes for England against Iceland. Didn't play in the Denmark game for whatever reason. Shea's been looking sharp from what I've seen. Obviously, very limited content coming out from the club over pre-season. But finished the season with 4 goals, you know, when he hadn't scored all year. So I'm expecting big things from Shea Adams this year. And of course, Danny Ings will want to get off to the best start possible after such a strong campaign last year. Will he get 25 goals again? We'll obviously have to see. But to go over the team, it's a 4-2-2-2. I think it's going to be Alex McCarthy in goal, Kyle Walker-Peters at right back, Ryan Bertrand at left back, and then a centre-back pairing of Jack Stevens and Jan Bednarek in the midfield. I think we're going to have Ward-Prowse and Romeo in the central spots with Armstrong on the right and Redmond on the left with Shea Adams and Danny Ings up front. Let me know your thoughts on the team and whether you would change anything in the comment section below. If you have enjoyed the video though, do make sure you've given it a like and you're subscribed to the channel. Follow us on all of our socials, and we'll see you tomorrow for a match review after hopefully a big 3 points to kick off the season. See you then, guys.